I love that. That's such a fun video. I mean, it's like Fox and us, like Fox, Paramount Pictures and everything produced the video for us to be on stage this March, Sales Boost 2024. Happy Wednesday, everybody. How are we doing today?
Happy Wednesday.
Loving life.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much of a love you have for your life today, John. You got dealt an unfortunate hand of cards today, but for somebody who, is dealing with flood, power outage, I mean, you're running on a generator right now in your house in Pennsylvania, and you still made it to show up today to talk about all things Sales Boost. So thank you so much for being here today.
Absolutely, man. Here to serve the people.
Amen. Michael, good day, sir.
Thank you for inviting me, JC.
Yes. It is an honor to have you here. Welcome to the first Talk of Sales Boost 2024 this year. I am so excited. And Angela and I were just on a long road trip this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, we traveled to Raleigh, to Charlotte to go watch a couple sports events. We had an incredible time with the kids. But that time allowed us to sit down and reflect and start planning out some things for Sales Boost. And, we've been dealing with this for how long now, Angela? Since June. And, we built out that speaker lineup real quick and we knew all the speakers and we've added a couple more. We have one more to announce today. But until you actually sit down and look at all the speakers that are showing, like coming up, let's just post this up real quick because look at this. So we have here. We got Ramon, we got Mike, Brandon, Dave, Livy, John, Megan, Ryan, Sam, Dan, Angela, Amanda, Marvin, Tommy, Matt, Pat, Michael, and John. Like, that's an all-star lineup. And I haven't seen this caliber on one stage since the Huge. But like to kick off the spring of 2024, like that's a killer lineup to go get yourself started for 2024 in your home service business.
I would agree.
I'm excited and I'm happy to have everybody here today. We want to just talk about a couple things. Michael, you've been a speaker at Sales Boost several times now. John, how many have you been to in the past?
Last year was actually my first one.
So that's your first one. This will be my fourth time going to it. And, Michael, you've seen the progression of it over the years on what Pat has done with Sales Boost from just the infancy phase when there was maybe 20 of us. 30 of us in there that one year, and just continually adding value, adding speakers, and just improving on it every single year for the attendees. So, just excited to see what's going to happen this year. And just real quick, Michael, if you want to talk about your experience there.
Yeah, most events are really more just general business. And this one dives deep into sales, the psychology of the scale, the KPIs of sales. Just everything you need to know only about sales. And it's probably the most serving, giving environment that I've been in because of its size and it's where it's at. Just everybody is just giving everything they have. And it's very collaborative. The workshops are great. Just overall, it's a phenomenal. And you're right. The progression of it going from Pat's garage, to the real formal settings as it has been last year. A phenomenal environment that everybody should be going. If you need to do better at sales, whether yourself or building a sales team, there's no better event because this is literally all about that.
Yeah, what better time of the year for the pressure washing, window cleaning industry than March? Most of the North, the Midwest, they really get busy in April. So if you can go into the end of March, with all these things lined up, all these systems in place, all the things that you're able to learn and dial them in for your season in April, you're going to set yourself up for success. And I know that any time that I've ever been stressed in my business is because we don't have sales and sales aren't there. The team isn't selling. We don't have jobs in the books. We've got guys standing around. So the number one pain point for most businesses other than employees is sales. So what better way to get in a room full of like-minded individuals, high caliber, and just grow and learn from what they're able to teach, what they're able to share, not only from the speakers, but John, like yourself last year, you were there as an attendee and got to share your experiences with everybody else. I was so excited to see you on stage for that mid little lunch break or whatever it was. But now you get to get on stage and share your sales experience with everybody.
Yeah, that was fun. It was very impromptu. I forget who. Somebody wasn't able to come, and there was an
I
open
think it's
slot.
Sean Day.
Yeah, that's right. And I just said to Pat, like, hey, can I share what we did for hiring this year that really worked? And I think it was only 10, 15 minutes I was up there. And it was actually awesome because at the huge convention this summer, I had somebody come up to me and they're like, oh, I got to thank you, man. That brief 15-minute presentation you gave on your hiring process, he's like, that was gold. He said, I literally don't have to worry about hiring anymore. Like, that was worth the price of admission for me. And I was like, awesome. Like, that just lifted me and encouraged me so much. So I'm hoping that, I can continue to deliver value to other people. And I hope there's a lot more people that can, walk away with some good insights, not just from me, but from, the superpower lineup of speakers. My goodness, if you don't walk away with something, then that's on you.
Yeah, for somebody who is not familiar with the stage and just gets up there and whips their laptop out, you busted out one heck of a performance on there. And I was thrilled to be able to watch that and share some pictures with your wife as well, too, because it was incredible to see the opportunities that come out of these events. And you never know what's going to happen. But like you said, you were able to share your experience, what works for you in hiring, and somebody comes back to you, 5 months later and just thanking you. So you just never know the impact you're going to have with somebody by sharing those things. But you didn't attend the show yourself, right? You had your a couple of your sales team there as well.
That's right. Yeah, I brought 2 of my sales guys with me. And because it's one thing, especially if you have a team of salespeople, to go just by yourself and then to try to bring all that information back from 3 days of content and tactical exercises and concepts and all this stuff, to try to teach that back to your team, like, it's a lot of work, and it's hard to articulate all that stuff. One person, you've got all the collective brain power of how many speakers in the lineup, right? And then you're just trying to convey all that information to your team. Like, it's just not efficient. So it was definitely valuable to bring them. It wasn't not just for the information's sake, for them to gather the content and the information, but it was a good team building experience. Like, you get out of like the office setting, and kind of get the bond a little bit. They get to see other people in the industry and network with them. So yeah, it was a great experience all around.
Yeah. And, you brought up a really good point there. Most business owners say, like, I want to go to these events. I need to be there. I need to go back and deliver everything because I'm the owner and they just want to hear it from me. Some of them might say, hey, I can't afford to send everybody, so let me go and do that. But by you going there as the business owner and then bringing 2 of your sales team members, you're hearing things differently than they are. You're hearing it as the business owner. They're hearing it as the salesperson. So you might be hearing Michael talk about one thing, and they're hearing a completely different spin on that. Tommy's on stage getting all excited, and you're like, yeah, I got to do this for my business. And they're sitting here saying, hey, we need to execute this to be better salespeople. And had you gone back and say, hey, I got to tell you all this stuff. Tommy did this, and Michael talked about this, and JC did this. Then it's like the telephone game. It's like you heard it, but then you put your words onto it, and are you really delivering it in the same caliber? Had you invested bringing their team there, now they got buy-in. Now they feel like they're part of the team. They say, hey, my owner cares about me. Sign me up. I want to be a part of this too. And they can go back and say, hey, this is what we learned, and this is what we like to execute on. So it's so important to invest in your team, have them come to these events because they're going to learn so many different things than you would because they're at a different stage than you are.
Yeah. And it's really great too, to just actually during the event, during lunchtime, we got together and said, okay, what was your biggest takeaway from the morning session? And we talked about it. And it wasn't just, okay, good, take your notes and go do your thing. Like, we made sure everybody was walking away with something valuable that they could execute on.
Yeah, and that's extremely important. Angela does a good job of that, talking about implementation. When we're at the huge convention, we talked about that. And it's another session that we'll be doing, opening up Sales Boost and closing out Sales Boost as well, is, first identifying the things you want to learn while you're here. Don't just come here to come here. It's easy to do that. You come here, you have no purpose, you're like, well, I'll just learn what I want to learn. That's okay, but you should have an intention, a reason why you want to be there. Angela, you want to talk about that since you did such a good job at the Huge?
Sure. And we all did a good job at the Huge. It was a collective effort, but it is so important, like you said, to have that intention in the beginning. A lot of times we arrive at these different events, just like you said, and we just are overwhelmed, right? We're getting so much great information. We talked about there are so many incredible speakers, and we're getting pumped up. We're getting all that motivation, the fire and energy, and you go back with that energy, but you don't do anything with all the ideas that you said you were going to do something with. So it's important to have that intention at the beginning, which we're going to set up, going through a workbook of a plan and intention of the things that you really came to learn, the gaps that you want to fill, maybe in yourself and in your team. And then at the end, making that plan. What are the things that you took away from the speakers? What are the things that you took away from the conversations? Like Michael said, this event is unique because of all of those opportunities. It's not just what you learn from the stage. And that was one of my favorite things last year. That just set up such a great energy and environment that the conversations that you have in between the speakers, at your table, at meals, the things that you learn in those are just as valuable takeaways that you're learning from other people. And how can you make a plan, have that intention throughout so that you're taking those nuggets, you're putting them somewhere, and that before you leave the conference, that you have a plan to implement those. So you don't go home and 3 months from now, from leaving the conference, think, man, I left with so much energy and so many great ideas. I wish I would have put those into action.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and I've done it in the past. I'm guilty of it over and over and over. And it's just so important that when you go there, you be intentional, you write it down, and then you hold yourself accountable and find an accountability partner too. What did you execute on, John? Did you get that thing done that you're talking about over there? No, I'm still working on it. All right, cool. Let's make sure you get that done here in the next week or two, because something you said was really important to your company. So you need to focus on it. Kind of like sending out those cold call commercial emails to Christmas light clients, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to live that one down ever, I think.
Well, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Pat Clark is here. Pat, how we doing, buddy?
Dude, we are doing amazing. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. I see Precision Pro Wash truck in the background. I think you're someplace out west, though, right?
I am. I'm in Tacoma, Washington. So we got a roof treatment going on right now. 3 days into it so far. And we did our production meeting this morning with his team, just leveling it up, what needs to happen this year. Put the marketing / business plan together. And the team is just fired up. They did 400K last year with one truck. And this year they're gearing up for 750. They're going to have their second rig on the road in April.
That's incredible. One truck,
400K out of his garage.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And he's young, right?
Yeah, super young. Yeah, 28 years old.
Yeah, I remember you had him on stage last year.
Yep. Yeah, I'm super pumped up like this year. And what you guys are talking about with sales boost is like, yes, you have to put things in action. But if you actually look at all the attendees, the callbacks, the reviews, we got the information back. They are using the systems. Like, this is like no other event, right? Because we go out in the field, because the speakers, the power that we bring to it is like, it's not just talk. It's not just fluff. You guys are doing it, right? We're all doing it, and we're sharing the knowledge of the do's, the don'ts, the scary things, but the wins as well. And it's actionable stuff that literally you come to and you change your mindset. Like, numbers change, right? Like, guys are doing $550,000 with one truck, right? Like, that's unheard of. And it's just leveling up the bar. And I think the people that come there, you hear from them a year later, right? And you're like, dude, I haven't heard from you. It's been a year. Dude, I got commercial going on. Like, I'm hiring people. I got the sales team. They're fired up. You know what I mean? And to be honest, some people are like, Don't tell my competition to come to Sales Boost, because guess what? They're getting the freaking winning recipe. That's what it is. And that's what gets me fired up, because every year, people are leaving that event and they're landing $60,000 jobs, right? Their average tickets doubling or tripling. And it's friggin' empowering.
Yeah, Pat. I mean, that's the one thing I love about you is not only your energy, but how much you care and want to give to everybody over and over again. And my first time at Sales Boost was March 2019. I brought my new salesperson back then. I sent two of my sales guys 2 years after that. I've already gone to Sales Boost 3 times myself. And it's like year over year over year, I'm not learning the same thing. You're constantly, just up in the ante every year, delivering more, giving more value, bringing in higher caliber speakers every single year. And it's just like, at what point is like, well, how much more can Pat give? And it's like, well, Pat can give a heck of a lot more.
Yep. I can't give it all away every year. Come on now. But we give it away. We got freaking Michael Grigory coming to the event. Like, numbers, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know my numbers. So it's like bringing somebody in like him that's like got it dialed in, that you can start tracking. You need to be, the general up on the hill knowing what's coming. And like you said, this year is the year. You better be tracking. You better be putting A players in place. Like, you have to.
Yeah, I just actually went to a local pressure washing store. I talked to 2 other pressure washing companies today. And, the consensus is like in our area, it's just getting saturated with pressure washing companies coming up left and right. Like, just everywhere you turn, there's a pressure washing company. So everything you can do to make yourself a better salesperson, to put yourself ahead of that other, I hate using the word competition, but the other companies in your area, is going to set yourself up for success. And if you're going to sit here and just do the same things over and over and over every single year, and just think that you have everything on lockdown, like, you're going to slowly start seeing those numbers decline, and you're going to slowly start losing companies, because I might be charging more, but I'm going to be coming up showing how much more value I can give than the other company. And they're going to be sold on that. Like, we're going to go give them that 10 points of sale or whatever, those many points of sale, and show them everything. Bring Mike out and show him, hey, Mike, we're going to clean your house. We're going to do a soft wash, pointing to those things, telling them everything. The other company's just sending them a quote. Say, here's $800 to wash your house. Let us know you want to schedule.
Yeah.
No.
But not only that, what are we hearing? Raise your prices, right? To be honest with you, don't raise your prices, because you don't have the systems. You don't have the value stack, because you haven't been to Sales Boost. And so when I look at, a lot of competition in my area, what does that mean? That's freaking good, because that's market. Like, we're bringing the market up as far as people knowing that they need to get their house clean. That's more marketing going out. So what does that mean? I need to put a little bit more marketing out. I got to step my game up, right? As far as my sales process goes, my trucks, my brand. So I'm in front of my customers before those other guys are there, right? Because they're new. We've been in business for whatever, right? And it's stacking it up. So if you haven't been to Sales Boost and you haven't upped your sales game, do not raise your prices, because we're going to crush you, right?
Todd was there last year, right? You did it on site with Todd?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Todd. Yeah, Todd's crushing it, man. He did a Sales Boost on site last year too. And we talked about it. We can't raise our prices until we level up our brand, until you have a folder, until you have uniforms, until you have the team, right, singing to the same song. Because if you're saying one thing and you're doing another, it ain't going to last too long, right? So you got to build it like freaking McDonald's, and you got to run it like Chick-fil-A. So it's easy to get comfortable. It's easy to say, no, I got this, right? Or you put your money where your mouth is. You buy the competitor's product, which I have done. I've bought raindrop gutter guards. I bought leaf filter, right? Put your money where your mouth is. Come to an event like Sales Boost and say, holy crap, I thought my sales was this, and then I need to get it to here. And then let's raise your prices.
Yeah, one thing that I remember very vividly from the previous Sales Boost, because you usually have some like private messages going with the guys there, and even hearing them while we're walking around the show, and you're talking constantly like you got to raise your prices. You got to give them the packages. You know, they don't want just the house wash. They need the whole house clean. They don't know it, but they need it. And right away, it's like, I can't raise my prices, or they're not going to want to pay for all that. And it's just so fun seeing, even myself included, because I remember when I first did my first package after leaving 2019, I did like the house wash, the roof, the driveway, and the gutter cleaning. And it was like a, I don't know, $1,500 job. And they said yes. It's like, whoa, wait, so maybe I can do it. So like once you get that out of your head and stop saying I can't and I will, and my customers want it, like it just changes everything. It's like, holy cow, like why did I not do that sooner? What was I so afraid of? Was I afraid of hearing no? Because they're already telling me no sometimes. Yep. So what's one more no, but 3 more yeses at a, you know, higher average ticket?
Yeah. And I get it, right? Like when we first got started, it was scary. Like people were coming in the market and, you know, it's like they're taking food off my table. Like it's a small thinking mindset, right? And it's not the abundance mindset, whereas we all can level up together. And like when you make those small tweaks, I would much rather do less work for more money, right? And then level up my game so then my team is selling. Then I can pay my guys more money. Holy crap, who would have thought of that, right? Paying my team more money? What? Then I can, you know, support my community better. It was all in my head, right? It's like I can't raise my prices. I don't want to gyp the customer. You know, all these things. They're just excuses.
That's right. And that's why you need that confidence by attending these trade shows and sitting down and talking to other like-minded individuals to get over that fear and say, I will do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to leave here March 23rd and I'm going to go raise my prices. You can even do it while you're there. I mean, sit there and raise your prices. With a response bid, I can raise my prices, not even tell my guys. Obviously, I'm going to tell them, hey, we did a bump, but I don't have to wait to go home. You can execute while you're there. Listen to Pat Clark speak at Sales Boost 2024.
Yes. And all the other amazing speakers. So I'm just like, what's going on? Like you guys behind the scenes, like pumping up all that stuff. There's so much work that goes on behind the scenes, right? If we can get Casey Cottle to the event, like you guys are doing some magic stuff behind the scenes, right?
Happy Skid Daddy Wednesday.
There he is.
What it do, boys?
What up?
I am late.
I love it, man. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you guys?
We're pumped. I can't believe, what is it, less than 9 weeks until Sales Boost?
Crazy.
That is insane. Less than 9 weeks. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, salesboostlive.com. The VIP and elite tickets, there's a bunch of extras that you're getting with that. Get on salesboostlive.com. Get your tickets. They are selling out. The hotel block is filling up. So excited for this. So much to talk about. I mean, just the speakers alone. We went ahead and booked the casino night. That is booked for the VIP and elite. So if you're showing up and you're going to be there Friday night, VIP and elite, I think it's 3 hours of dinner, all you can drink and all you can gamble. I mean, obviously it's not like real money, but it's like, if you've never done a gambling experience at a trade show or an event, John, you did it at Nashville or at Gatlinburg.
It was so much fun.
I mean, it was like just fake money, but how much fun was that? Just getting around and just playing some blackjack and roulette.
Putting it all on black, baby.
Let's go.
It's fun when it's not your money.
It didn't work out too well.
I see a C3 skid popping up in Pat Clark's background over there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I thought that's what that was.
You know it.
Somebody's up north in Seattle?
I'm in, Tacoma. Yep.
Tacoma, yep.
Making it happen, man. I'm in the sales vehicle right now. Look what I got back there.
Oh, nice.
David, I'll try and share the link. It's probably going to go to YouTube. Angela, if you could just share into the Facebook group, the website. But it's in Wilmington, North Carolina, March 20th to 23rd.
Nice. So, to that point too, like Michael, I mean, you've been in franchise, you got an amazing background in that, and you've seen training events put on, right? So if you can speak to Sales Boost, you've been a couple years now. It's been amazing to have you speak and just kind of shed some light on the training, like the actual takeaway stuff, like, what goes on there from your perspective.
Yeah. So this will be my third year attending Sales Boost. Quick side note, I think the first time I ever saw JC in person was at the first Sales Boost I attended. So that was awesome, and our relationship began. So it's a event unlike anything that I've ever seen in the space. And I mentioned this earlier, but most events are like general business. It's all about just how to make your business better. And it's not really diving deep. It's very wide, not really deep. And they're talking about sales tactics, sales strategy, sales KPIs, sales process, people, leadership teams. And it dives really, really deep, only focused on the sales aspect of business. And coaching hundreds of businesses over the last 13 years, I can say the biggest bottleneck and the reason people struggle is building a sales team. Is they can get leads, but they can't close and sell more frequently at a high enough average ticket and a big enough lifetime value. And this, with all the speakers and everybody you have there, is a breadth of knowledge, different industries, different tactics, different personality types, and understanding even like disc profiling and how each personality type to sell to differently. All the different aspects of sales is really targeted specifically at this event. And it's the best sales event I've ever been to, which is why I knock on the door every year to see if I can attend in some way.
Love it. All right, John, how about you, brother?
Well, last year was my first Sales Boost, and I was telling JC before you jumped on, I brought my sales team with me, and there's a lot of value in bringing the team with and not just trying to go and sort of regurgitate all the material to them when you get back to the office. It's not possible to take all that information and transfer it back. So bringing the team with was a huge, huge thing. So I'm really looking forward to. I appreciate the opportunity last year, Pat, to just do that impromptu, 15-minute stint on our hiring process. So that was awesome. I got a lot of great feedback from a bunch of people on that. So really looking forward to getting back up on stage and sharing some more insights with the folks this year.
Love it, man. Yeah, you brought the fire, brother. I appreciate that. Good stuff.
And, again, there's so many great shows to be going to. I mean, we got Home Service Expo coming up here real soon. The PWMCA kicking off in February with Jamie. And I can't recall. I'm sure there's others coming up. But the next big one that I know of is the huge convention, which is not till August. But, again, sales is like the driving force behind your business. Without sales, you're not hiring. Without sales, you're not putting other trucks on the road. Without sales, I mean, most home business owners are the most stressed without sales. And I know when our numbers are low, it's because we don't have sales. And it's because we should have been doing something that we should have implemented months prior and be proactive, not reactive. So just getting here, listening to the speakers, listening to all the other attendees on what they're doing. I mean, there's going to be business owners that are just starting, their first year is this year going to be there. And there's going to be business owners like John, doing 7 figures that you can learn from all aspects of what, you could be doing better in your business. But you need to go there with an open mindset and not say I know what I'm doing. They don't know what they're talking about, because the second you do that, well, then you're failing yourself, you're failing your company, and you're failing your people. So just get there with that open mindset. And just be a sponge and learn and get up and talk to everybody. Most people don't know this and they don't believe it. I'm a huge introvert. And anytime I go to a show, Angela will tell you, after I get done speaking, I have to go to a corner or my room and just decompress. And it's taking me years to just get the courage to go up and talk to people and just introduce myself. Casey, no joke. Even when we're down in at the Huge, man, it wasn't easy going to talk to you, man. You're a big guy and everybody knows you. It's what am I going to say to Casey? But, I'm so glad that we did. We got to hang out in Orlando with the kids that one time too. And it's just if you see somebody there, go talk to them, go say hi. It's going to be hard because half the time we know everybody's Facebook profile picture and it's who are you again? Oh, yeah. Now I remember who you are. But just get out there and go say, hey, I'm blah, 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 JC from Wilmington, North Carolina. I just want to say, I've seen you, or I love what you're doing, or can you tell me about the system that you're doing to hire employees, John, because I heard about it and it works really well for other companies. You got it. You got to do that for yourself. You got to do that for your company.
Yeah. There's one thing nobody's mentioned here. It's just strange to me. And that's the relationship aspect, as we all own small businesses. And we are all in our little bubble with our own teams, and our whole identity with our family and our friends and our little personal network is consumed by who we are and what we do. the way we've scaled our businesses, all of us, is really dependent on relationships. I can say, like, if I were to have one hand and I had to pick the 5 people that I've had like the most impact through my relationship, Pat Clark would be on that list. It's amazing to be able to go to these events and be face to face with people who you could potentially have a relationship with and work very, very closely with to scale your businesses together. You may be a rock star at sales and they may be a rock star at marketing, but your gap is the other person. That relationship allows you the freedom and comfort to be able to talk to somebody outside of that event. I feel the same way about Casey. I've seen Casey like 13 times. I've probably said 10 words to him because he's huge and intimidating, but I would love to be closer to Casey. So going to an event, I will make sure that Casey and I have a beer together when we're at Sales Boost this year.
You could buy me a drink.
Michael, that's such a great point. I can't believe no one has talked about it. And I usually talk about it all the time. And it's the reason I came to Sales Boost last year, to meet you in person, Michael. But to spend time with people. Actually, I met Pat in Las Vegas, and he told me how awesome it was going to be. But you're right. Those relationships will change the course of your life. And it certainly has mine in the last year. The people you meet at those events, like you said, you develop close friendships with them, and what they can do. Those are the people that you bounce business ideas off of. They become your tribe. And that is one of the most important things in success of your business and in life, is the quality of the tribe that you build, that are not only holding you accountable, that are your cheerleaders in success, that are stretching you to get further, that are there to also catch you in the bad times. And the quality of the tribe that you build, like I said, is one of the most important things. And Sales Boost offers such an opportunity to do that, because it isn't just about the speakers. There's so many opportunities to connect and develop those deep relationships. And for me, like, the relationships I developed last year at Sales Boost, like I said, have completely changed the course of my life and who is in my life and speaks into my life.
Beautifully said. And since you're on a roll, Miss Angela, I love hearing you talk, by the way. Why don't we talk about real quick, when you go to a show, we've all been to good shows, we've all been to bad shows. And Pat, you and Sheila just like stepped it up last year, like just turned up the dial. And it was incredible just to go from your garage, your shop into, what was it? God, not the Hampton, whatever the hotel was. Marriott. Yeah. I mean, just like, I remember walking in off the plane. It was John, Angela, and I walking in, see the stairs, the big banner over there, the stage with the TVs. Casey was out front, kind of greeting everybody, giving everybody those looks like, get over here and buy a skid. And, but like, you guys just, it was incredible. Lighting, the food, and everything like that. Like, that makes an impact on a show. Like, you go there and remember those things and like, hey, I want to go there. But Angela, real quick, like, you've gone real deep into making sure that people will walk away from this not only feeling incredible, like with the speaker lineup they'll be able to bring, but you want to talk about like some of the other experiences they'll have while they're there?
Yeah, we did and this has been a big collaboration to fine tune the details so that you feel, that the whole experience is amazing. As you echo what I say, everything you see, taste, smell, that it really is this experience that is designed to foster those relationships so that everything is taken care of, so that, you walk into this great breakfast experience every morning designed to share a hot breakfast with someone and those conversations that can happen around the table. So we've curated a lot of special experiences in between, a lot of great meal experiences. And the reason behind all the extras and the experiences of you being taken care of are really to create those moments that you create connection with other people. So the event kicks off with a welcome reception on Wednesday night that you can meet and connect, plan to see the people that you're meeting there, meet new people for the weekend, kicking off with lots of energy. And then each day, like I said, we kick off with a breakfast. We're going to have some special breakfasts, a women's breakfast and a couple's breakfast. Then great speaker lineups and workshops throughout the day, a lunch experience. Then we end each day, round out the workshops at the end of the day with a round table, which again, or not round table, a panel discussion, which is just, we always love those to get people involved in the discussion that brings in the group. Thursday night, we have a comedy event, which again, just a lot of fun to share laughs and make connections with people. On Friday night, there is a special VIP and elite. JC talked about that, the casino, the gaming, and special dinner night. We end on Saturday again with breakfast and the sessions in the morning, and then the people with the elite tickets will stay after for a special round table discussion. So lots of fun things and details planned, more to come. JC shared the different opportunities for the different tickets. Fun things for the VIP and elites are those special experiences and access to the networking lounge. The speakers will all be in a VIP lounge experience all weekend, and the VIP and elites will get to join them for that fun as well.
Yeah, and it's just we got professional headshots for the VIP and elites as well. We'll have a photographer out there doing headshots for you and your team, whoever shows up with those tickets. Great for websites, great for if you're using Pat, get me on this one, the badges. Where do you get your badges from?
Ask the Seal or the Seal. The
Seal, yeah, great. Get the headshots on there, stuff like that. Casey, you're bringing up some. What do you got? You bringing up a skid? You're gonna be doing some demos in the parking lot. What are we doing?
If you're lucky, I'll make it rain. I'll make it rain in the parking lot. Yeah, I'll be bringing a skid. I don't know what I'm going to be bringing yet. Everybody keeps asking, what's the cool new thing you guys are coming out with? It's like we're cleaning some stuff up. We've made a couple improvements to the skid too, just small tweaks. Building another one for Pat right now in the middle of that one. So just cleaning it all up. Now that we have all the manufacturing in house, it makes things a lot easier to be able to jump on a CAD program and cut out some cool stuff with private label and stuff as well. So
nice.
We'll have something there. We'll have something there that's of course affordable, like what everybody wants.
Maybe you'll bring my skid up. We got 22 this year, baby. 20.
Yep.
Oh,
let's do it. I got plenty of them in the pipeline for you.
New isn't always better. I mean, new oftentimes leaves the problem. So just stick with Old Faithful. Get out your 8 gallon per minute and just get to town, start cleaning, and let everybody else learn about new and make the mistakes. And you keep doing what you do, which is perfecting everything you have. So
yep.
I love that.
Reliable. I mean, that's the biggest thing we kind of push on is reliable, easy to work on. So, I mean, that's when I started this business, that was, the number 2 top things that I always, said that I needed to focus on, and I wouldn't change that. So, durable and affordable, easy to use. I mean, you're not going to get anywhere else. If you're trying to scale your company, that's what you need. If you're trying to be owner operator and you want all the cool gadgets and stuff, we have that too, but it's not for everybody. So it's not for employees, but I mean, if you wanted to,
simplicity,
if you want your ladder rack to go up and down with a flip of a switch, that's cool. If you want lights to go off all the time, that's cool. But I don't think employees need all that. So we'll have something good there, though. Don't worry.
Awesome, man. We're excited to see you up there again. I can't believe it's less than, it was 9 weeks away. Dave Jensen made a good point here, and I'm going to touch upon this real quick. One of the biggest wins for the year is implementing the sales process and learning Sales Boost, where we did less jobs. Our average ticket for the year went up $1,100. And, same thing happened with our Christmas light company. I think we did 15 or 17 less jobs total compared to the year prior, but we did $40,000 more in revenue. It might be more than that, but the total clients went down, but the gross went up. So it's all about getting those average tickets. That's it's things we don't think about is why you need to be at Sales Boost to learn about these things. Your average ticket, your closing percentage, all those things, your customer acquisition cost that Michael will talk about.
Yes.
But yeah, speaking of, we do have a new speaker announcement. I'm pretty excited. Some of you guys may or may not know him. Angela and I got to talk to him on Sunday. He'll be at PWMCA event down in February, so we'll get to hear him speak then. And but Adam McChesney will be down there. He's with Height Digital, so we're excited to bring in Adam. And we do have a couple more that we will be announcing over the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that, because we want to make sure that it's just, if you thought you have an exciting lineup, we're just going to keep adding and adding value to that, because it can always get better. So I think it's great already. I mean, I still can't believe we're going to get Tommy there again. I remember last year, Tommy, like, I've heard Tommy speak so many times, and last year was probably the most impactful. Like, Tommy opened up and poured his heart out last year. And John, I don't know if you remember him talking about, like, wanting to dream so big that everybody's dream could fit inside his dream. And it's just so, like, I don't know what the word is I want to say, but it was like so inspiring to see somebody that's so successful still caring about others out there and wanting to see other people succeed. And it's just so important that as we grow ourselves within the industry and scale up and grow and get to the 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures, that you stay humble and you don't forget about everybody else, because at one point we all started at the bottom. Like, I don't know any business owner in the watch industry that started out doing 7 figures day one. You know, we all had to go through the struggles. We had to all go through hiring. We had to go through systems. We had to all go through that stuff. So it's so important to be humble through your journey and to be able to share and give back. Like, John, you said you gave back last year on stage, last minute improv too, and you were able to impact somebody's business, like, so incredible that they remembered and had to pull you aside and talk about it at the huge convention.
Yeah. Epic.
So, what else, Angela? Anything else I'm missing that we're going to talk about? The schedule, the lineup?
I don't think so. Like you said, it's going to be amazing, and you never know what surprises we're going to continue to add.
I think we have a huge announcement, JC. I don't know if you know.
What do you? It's Wednesday. Well, it's not Taco Tuesday, so I missed out on that one.
Got it. Well, we need to talk about the big announcement that we can share with all the amazing viewers and let them know, you know, what are we doing next year? You guys actually, I don't know if you did this already. You might have. I came on a little bit later, but yeah, I'm super pumped because, as you guys know, I have a huge venture that I'm going to be announcing probably at the end of the month. But, you know, we talked, JC, you came out to Greenville, Angela came out to Greenville, and we said, look, you know, Sales Boost has a huge, huge road ahead of it, right? And I'm not going to be the one to be there, I guess you'd say. And so we talked, and you ended up buying Sales Boost. So now you are the amazing new owner of Sales Boost. And so you got awesome things coming on. Like, we have a lot of cool projects, right? And it's like, that was my baby, right? Sales Boost, my baby, my passion, right? And then I got Precision, and now we got this new thing. And so it was like, okay, who's really going to push this thing in? I think it was amazing how, like, our paths aligned, right? With Conquer, coaching you for 4 years, seeing you, right? Like, grow and implement. And, like, we talked about doing live videos, and now you're all over the freaking scene on videos, and what you're doing with leadership and leveling up your team, and what you're doing with lights. And I can't be more excited, right, that you are the guy that's going to be pushing Sales Boost into the amazing stuff that it really, truly can be when you're putting the right foot forward. Not that I wasn't, right? But it's only me. It's only me. So we want to announce that, you know what I mean, that you guys are going to be taking this thing full swing, making it better, bringing in amazing people. And, man, I'm truly so happy, like, that you're going to be doing it.
Yeah, Pat, thank you so much, first of all. I mean, like, I remember when you called me. Like, I was sitting here, and we started talking about it, and my heart just stopped. I'm like thinking, like, what? Wow, like, how am I going to fill your shoes, Pat? Like, the things I've seen you do in Sales Boost over the last, since 2019, every single year. And now you're saying, like, hey, I want to pass the torch and hand it off to you. Like, that's a big shoe to fill. And I've got big feet. Like, Casey, I'm sure you got like a 14 too. Like, I'm a 13 wide. And, like, I am so honored and to have Angela be a part of it. And then we came out there talking with you and Sheila, and we had that great conversation and got to hang out that day and the night. And it's just it's seeing what you've done to it and what it's done to me and my business makes it that much more important to me to make sure that not only we deliver at the same level, but we can impact more lives year over year and continue what you have done and the legacies you have built for other companies, and just have every year companies come back and say, hey, like, we're back again because we want to get more value, or this is what we did last year and now this is what we're going to do this year, and be able to hear and share those stories with others. So, we didn't take this thing lightly when we took over. And as you can see with the lineup, the speakers, the venue, the food, the extra events during it, like, we want Sales Boost to be the event of the year to kick off your season. And we know it's so important that you step on the right foot in spring to set your company up for success. And we know that by being at Sales Boost, like, you're going to be light years ahead of the companies that are around you that didn't show up. So Pat, thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me this opportunity. And I hope we make you proud.
Honored, man. Honored. I'm excited for what Sales Boost got to come. You know what I mean? There's so much. And, when you go, these are the things that happen. These are the relationships that you build that are for a lifetime, right? Like, this event is different than any other. It really is. Now, events are good, right? And you go and you build these relationships, and there's an experience, and we designed it that way because it's the customer experience that you can take away and you can implement in your business, when you get back home, so your customers have the same exact experience, get you more money, get you lasting relationships, and who knows, your customers will become your sales team. Mm-hmm. It happened to me, and those are the things that you're going to build bigger relationships, and we're going to work together. Like me and Casey work together now, right? Like, all these things. And so you're going to bring out so much from being at Sales Boost that it's going to 10x anything you're doing.
Absolutely. And you just never know who you're going to meet at the event. I'm not going to mention any names of somebody that might be on the screen with me right now, but, relationships of one sort or another may happen at events.
There you go. Good stuff. So, hey, if we don't mind, if we can get everybody, sharing, I know we got a lot of people on the call and stuff like that. Let's share this thing out, right? We want to help as many people as possible, but we can't do it alone, right? We need the viewers. We need you guys. We need all our amazing people around us that are going to share this out and get your fellow contractors to the event, because when you all rise, all ships rise, right? When the all tides rise, boom. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. And it's like, invest in those people, because you never know. They might have booked out residential and they get a big job and they call you to do it. That's huge. So let's get everybody there. Let's have an amazing 2024, because we need it. This world needs us to love up on each other.
Awesome. That's one heck of a way to close it out, Pat. Skid Daddy Casey, thank you so much for your time today, man. It's so good seeing you, buddy.
Yeah, sorry I was late, but thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's an honor. Angela, love seeing you. Thanks for sharing everything about what everybody can expect at Sales Boost. Go to salesboostlive.com. You can see the different tickets, the values you get at each ticket. We are down to only a few of the VIP and elite tickets left, so make sure you don't hold out. There's nothing worse than waiting until last minute to get a ticket and then it's sold out. Like last year, Pat, how many people call and say, hey, I want to come. And you're like, look, room block's up. I can't. The food order's done. Like, we cannot add anybody else. Book your ticket for 2024 now. Do not wait till last minute. You know you want to come. You don't want to have FOMO. Get your arse over here, and let's have a good time. Wilmington, North Carolina, March 20th to 23rd. Can't wait to see everybody there. Thank you so much for everybody for coming on today, and we'll talk to you next month.
Let's go, ya baby.